Hello, my wonderful listeners. Welcome back to another episode of the Stellar Cycles Pod, where we talk about hormones, female reproductive health, and all things energy in our lives as women. Our main topic today is we're getting back on the podcasting horse, or is it the podcasting rocket? So if you guys have noticed, we haven't put out any new episodes in about a month, and there are good reasons for that. Life comes at you fast and hard, and of course, the best way to deal with it is to stay in flow and improvise, adapt, and overcome. While we haven't put out our own episodes in a bit, there's an awesome guest appearance that we did on the Joyride podcast with Rebecca Joy. It was up on Apple and Spotify last week, September 18th. It was really awesome being the ones interviewed for a change, and a really opening and heart-filling conversation with Rebecca. You guys will really enjoy that episode. The biggest update for Stellar Cycles is that from here on out, I will be hosting solo. So as you guys know, Eva's been in a really big transition period of her life. So she's been very busy lately with her Amazon that she's been setting up, her architecture firm, and all of her businesses you guys have heard about in the past episodes. And she will be back to make guest appearances when she can, and we will catch up together with her then. As far as me, I am home a lot recently, and I just love researching this hormone information for my girlies and making all the content for you guys on the gram. Even though it kind of feels like the algorithm is screwing us a little bit, we've been getting really weird views that really aren't our demographic, but still working on pushing out the information to people who find it the most pertinent, to the girls that it really matters to. This show is really my passion project and a labor of love. It's really something that I will keep working on for you guys as long as I'm able to. So let's get into it for the final quarter of the year. I have a few current updates. So far, summer was absolutely insane. It was crazy. You guys already know about the move to the new apartment. I have been working on getting it set up. We have some of our old furniture in here that we want to switch out for some things that fit this apartment a little bit better. I've also been very strict on my routine this summer, staying up with working out, eating properly, getting outside, and also getting my work done and just really following a schedule for myself. There's also been so much socializing. I've been helping with events for book club. We did some Stellar Cycles events. You guys know we did our webinar this summer, which was a lot of work. I've had some guests. My brother came through. My parents came to visit, which was amazing. It's a totally different vibe being the adult and having your parents come visit you and your husband as guests. But it was such a vibe. My parents love San Diego, and I just love spending time with them. Also, making new friends this summer has been absolutely incredible. I moved to San Diego 2 years ago in 2021. It was in the throes of COVID. There was really nothing to do but go to work at the hospital and come home. And then 2022, of course, was taken up with the engagement, planning the wedding, moving in with Sam, getting our first apartment set up, traveling to Italy, and all of the stress that came with it. But of course, that was such an amazing year and also a huge year of transition for me. But now I really feel like I'm finally settling into a community here in San Diego. I'm truly finding my people, and I literally cried about it this past weekend because I'm so grateful for how things are lining up here. And I'm so grateful for all of my friends that I have met over this summer. We also went on our dream vacation to Bora Bora. Guys, if you have the chance to go. It's unbelievable. I always hear people say Hawaii is paradise, and it kind of is, but Bora Bora is the type of perfection that you can't even believe exists on this earth. It was really awesome to bond with my husband, do all sorts of crazy water activities. Of course, I came back with an ear infection. I'm still dealing with that. We saw so many wonderful fishies. We swam with manta rays and turtles. Honestly, I just could not get enough of that Gatorade Blue Lagoon. Absolutely unbelievable. It was insane, and I'm still getting around to editing and posting about this trip. My downfall personally is filming everything and then never editing or posting any of it. So I'm really working hard on actually making material from all the videos that are taking up space in my phone. Then September came, and it hit like a ton of bricks, and I really fell off the routine. I couldn't even write a single episode. Brain fog like crazy. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. And just an overall sense of feeling really lost. It's kind of weird, but every September sort of feels like a death to some part of my energy or self. But in October comes a rebirth and revitalization. So I'm really, really excited to tackle Libra season balanced, going into it with love and an overall sense of wanting to make my relationship stronger, working on my friendships as well as my marriage. Finally, I got a puppy. This is the biggest news, and it happened so weird because I was absolutely not planning on this. Wasn't planning on it one bit. I took my friend Megan to the farmer's market. You guys know I always go to the Little Italy farmer's market to pick up fresh food and get things from the local vendors and farmers. So this time I took my friend Megan, who has never been. She moved to San Diego maybe this spring. And so we were walking down the farmer's market and we saw a lady with a wagon full of Frenchies. And when I squatted down by this wagon, and this little girl, the little black Frenchie puppy, came to me. And when I tell you guys, she would not get off of me. And I turned to the lady and I was like, I guess I'm taking this dog home. Like, she is my child now. How much do I Venmo you? And I literally paid her on the spot. She gave me her vaccine records, her little paperwork, and we literally came back from the farmer's market with a dog. Of course, my husband was out of town, and I picked him up from the airport that night and plopped her in his lap, and it's just been true love ever since. Our first few days together have been much better than I expected. I've never had my own dog. My parents had a yellow lab back at home a few years ago. Sadly, he ran off during Christmas. Rip Jackson, we really miss you. I have been absolutely thrilled with my little girl Nova, short for Novocaine. That's my husband's idea because he is a dentist, and yeah, he thought that would be pretty funny. Our first days together have been great. She, of course, hates it when she goes into her crate at night, but we're really trying to teach her that it's okay to be by herself sometimes. I'm looking into getting her a trainer just to help out with a few things, but it's just been absolute bliss with my little Nova. My period update, I am on day 4, and I honestly think that this is the last day. I usually go to day 6 or 7, but I'm kind of been surprised with how easy and light this period has been. It's the lightest one I've ever had. It's still normal, but I did not have any of this crazy second day heavy bleeding that I usually have. And truly, this is a testament that these lifestyle hacks to sync your cycle that we talk about in all of our episodes can really aid your body to do what it's meant to do. To wrap up this episode, you guys, thank you for bearing with us. Thank you for letting us have this break. Thank you for being patient with us through these changes. And we are really looking forward to continuing this journey and continuing the Stellar Cycles pod. Please go to Instagram and absolutely blast me with what you need from this show. I need all the most honest feedback you guys can give. Do you need more clarification on certain topics? Do you need more examples of lifestyle changes? Maybe more recipes and what to eat and when? Relationship advice, how to get what you want in life. All of this is really going to help me for the second half of this first year as a podcaster. After all, I'm doing it all for my girls, and I know that we all benefit from this information. As for right now, I'm going to blast off, but I will talk to you next week's episode. Cycles in the workplace. Everything about the female cycle, our jobs, and how to decrease stress and really sync up that portion of our life. All right, guys, blast off.